Hello, how are you? Today I brought you a fantastic recipe for your lunch or dinner. Super nutritious with no wheat flour, no butter, and gluten-free. It's really good because besides using inexpensive ingredients, it will leave you feeling very satisfied with very few calories. Stick around until the end because you won't want to miss this. First of all, if you're new here, welcome. Take a moment to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. I post new videos every day and you're going to love them. The first thing I'm going to do here is take the zucchini, which I've already grated with the skin on. I'm going to add a little salt to it here and give it a quick mix because I want the zucchini to release some of its naturally present liquid. And when we add salt, due to a chemical reaction, the liquid inside the food comes out. You can even see that it's already starting to look shiny in my hand. So, while I prepare the rest of this recipe, we keep waiting here for the zucchini because it will keep releasing liquid. Then I'll squeeze it. Remember that the ingredients, quantities, nutritional information, and related videos will also be down below in the description. So now I'm going to grab the eggs and give them a little whisk, just mix them up a bit. If you want to know more about eggs, cholesterol, or what happens if you eat eggs every day, I'll leave that information for you down below in the description. Actually, I'm going to finish up with a whisk here. It's going to help aerate the eggs and make it easier to mix everything together. To these eggs here, I'm going to add a little bit of pepper and some finely grated onion. I like to grate it like this so you don't get those chunks of onion, but if you like onion, that's totally up to you. Remember that onion really helps to boost our immunity. Onion, garlic, the more we eat these foods, the better our immunity gets. These days, everyone is concerned about that, right? So let's set this aside for now because I'm going to squeeze this zucchini. I just did this separately so we could save some time. But I'm going to grab the zucchini that's here and you'll see. Let me put it here. I'm going to squeeze it with my hand. Look. Look at how much liquid comes out. You can see it there, right? Look. And did you notice that I didn't add any salt to my egg? Since I already put salt on the zucchini, it's already salty and will season our dish. So look, I'm adding it here and doing this little by little until I finish all of our zucchini. Do this part here because you see it doesn't waste any time. Not at all, right? While you're doing one thing, there's time for it to release its water. And it's going to make a huge difference in the consistency of this recipe. Put it here and let's keep going. If you want to use this water here that we didn't use, that we took out of the zucchini to make rice, to cook your vegetables, you can use it, okay? I'm going to set this water aside because I'm not going to use it in this recipe. I'm going to give it a mix with the whisk to incorporate this as well. Remember, when you make this delicious recipe, let me know in the comments because I would love to know how yours turned out. Now you add the oat flour or chickpea flour. I'm going to mix it in here with the spatula since it'll be easier for us to incorporate it that way. Just a reminder that oat flour is very rich in protein, it's very high in fiber, so it's a great alternative to wheat flour. I have a video where I talk more about this, and I'll also leave it down below if you want to learn about other great alternatives to wheat flour. And I'm going to add a little bit of coconut flour, which will help give a special texture to our dough, making it more consistent. You'll see that coconut flour almost seems miraculous. It seems magical because it absorbs so much moisture that it automatically thickens and changes the texture of the dough. Look at this. It's really amazing. That's why we never add too much because otherwise it ruins everything and turns into a big mess. So now I'm going to clean my hands and I'll grab the rest of the ingredients so we can finish up. Hold on a second. I've tidied things up here. Now I'll take this skillet that I started heating up and I'll add a little bit of olive oil. And I'm going to put a bit of our mixture in here. So we can make something like a little pancake with it here. You'll see what I'm trying to do in a second. Spread it out a little like this. There we go. Perfect. Now we're going to place a lid over it so it cooks much more evenly. And I'll be right back because we're also going to make a filling to layer in. In the meantime, we'll let it cook. I covered it to make the cooking process easier. And here I'm going to make a little spread for our filling with fresh ricotta. I'm using actual fresh ricotta along with a little bit of chives, a pinch of salt, the amount is up to you, and some black pepper. Here you can add whatever seasonings you want. I wanted to keep it more basic because I think zucchini already has a milder flavor, so a simpler filling would go better with it. So I'm going to mix it here. Let's wait until the zucchini here is ready for us to layer everything together. And look, sometimes it starts to move to the side like this. See, it spreads out in the pan. If it doesn't do that, you can just do like I'm doing here. See, just spread it out a bit. And leave it here on medium-low heat because soon we'll come back to finish it up. Just wait a bit. The good thing about putting the lid on is that it speeds up the cooking and then you can see really easily. Let me move the lid over here. It's more cooked when you see that it's opaque on top. Look, it comes off completely. See? So I'm gonna put it here. The wonderful thing about this pancake as well is that you don't need to flip it, so that's one less step. Before I spread that cream over there, do our decoration and add more good ingredients, I'm going to make the second one here already to save some time, right? So let's give the egg another little mix here. Pour it in the center and then, once again, spread it out a bit. So it ends up about the same size as our other one. It doesn't have to be perfect, but the idea is for them to look similar so we can make our decoration really beautiful. So look, we've lined the pan again here, same heat as before. I'm going to cover it to keep going. While that's cooking here, I'm going to take a bit of this ricotta cream I made earlier, grab another spoon here, and spread a little bit. And let's add more good ingredients here. A little bit of tomato. I sliced it really thin, and remember that tomato is low in calories, rich in fiber, and high in lycopene, so it's great for our health overall. I'm going to put a smaller piece here in the middle. And now let's wait for this to finish here, and then we'll make the next layer. Look, I think this one is ready too. Let me put it here. This one too, look, it's coming loose. I'm going to put it on top. That's why I like to make them about the same size, so they stack up nicely like this. And now, once again, I'm going to add the olive oil here. And the rest of the dough here, once again, mixing everything together. I'm going to put it all in here at once. Let's use the spoon to make it about the same thickness as we did with the others. Now let's add another layer of our seasoned ricotta. This is a wonderful dinner, isn't it? With the coconut flour and oat flour, it's really filling. Besides, of course, the zucchini, the tomato, the vegetables also really help with satiety. I'm going to put this little one here in the middle and do that same decoration with tomato, and at the end, I'll add another different ingredient for us. Now I just need to finish this last one here. Look, you can make your dinner in 20 minutes, super quick. So hold on, we're almost done. Look, I think it's done here. Let's see, once again, doing it like this. It came loose, it's cooked on top. So I'll put it here. Now we'll do our finishing touch, which besides everything is going to look super beautiful because I'm going to add the rest of the ricotta cream that's missing here. Look. It's wonderful. I'm going to add a little grated cheese. This one I'm using is light mozzarella, but you can use any cheese you prefer, okay? And keep in mind that the total amount you use will directly influence the number of calories, right? And to give it a little something extra, a special touch, a bit of seasoning, and the flavor I love, lots of vitamin C, lots of crunch, red bell pepper. But, so my mouth is watering because I love bell pepper. I love chili and bell pepper. and it adds a bit of color. If you want to use yellow, you can, or green, you can use that too. Patricia, I don't like bell pepper. You can add more tomato if you want. Anyway, tell me what you would add then if you didn't put in the bell pepper. No one would guess that this vegetable pie is so quick, easy to make, so nutritious, and so cheap, right? I'm sure it's going to be great for your family. Tell me then if you're going to make it exactly like this with zucchini, because you can also make it with chayote following the same steps. So tell me which one you prefer. I'm going to cut a piece, but before that, leave a like, because that really helps me out. And share it with someone who needs it. Let's work together to grow this chain of kindness, because that's what I want most here with the channel. So look, I'm going to cut a little piece here because I won't be able to resist. See you next time. Bye.